a very extremely pious individual, to the point that people around her would look up to her. People around her at the time would look up to Maryam alayhi salam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives her this challenge, and she has to go through this very difficult time. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, one thing to remember in this story is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not forget Maryam alayhi salam. And He says, وَحُزِّي إِلَيْكِ بِجِزْعِ النَّخْلَةِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells Maryam during this challenge, when she is about to give birth, she is leaning on a tree. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, you shake this tree and dates will begin to fall down. Dates will begin to fall down, and you can eat these kajul, and they will give you energy to go through this labor, to go through this birth. So one thing to remember in this story is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never gives you a challenge. He never gives you a challenge and then just leaves you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not like that. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is always there for you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is always remembering you. Even if you have forgotten Him, because of the struggles you are going through, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never forgets you. He is closer to you than your what? Your own jugular vein. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So anyway, Maryam alayhi salam, she gives birth to Isa alayhi salam, and when she goes back to her people, Maryam alayhi salam, she goes back to her people, and what did the people say? They say, لَقَدْ جِئْتِ شَيْئًا فَرِيًّا. They say, Ya Maryam, what have you done? Maryam, what have you done? You have committed such an atrocious act. You have committed such a filthy act. Maryam alayhi salam, you have committed adultery. You have committed fornication. And you need to bear in mind that Maryam alayhi salam was a woman of such noble status. And he said, Ya Ukhta Harun, O sister of Harun, you have betrayed your father, you have betrayed your mother, you have gone against them, you have gone against their teachings. And what was Maryam alayhi salam's reaction? Maryam, peace and blessings be upon her, she just points to Isa alayhi salam. She points to Isa alayhi salam, and what happens? Isa alayhi salam begins to speak. A baby boy that was just born begins to speak. And what does he say? The people were not amazed by him speaking. The people were actually amazed by what he says. And he says, قَالَ إِنِّي عَبْدُ اللَّهِ, I am a servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I am a servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He does not say, I am the son of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He says, I am the servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And these people are shocked. They are humble. Isa alayhi salam is testifying for his mother's innocence. And the people, they begin to realize that Maryam alayhi salam is not a fornicator. She is not an adulterer. But she is the mother of a prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. She is a mother of the prophet Isa alayhi salam. And if she had a high and noble status before, her status would be elevated. Her status would be much more elevated than before. And just look how pious Maryam alayhi salam was. And why was she so pious? Because she did what? She trusted Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. She never forgot about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. She trusted Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to learn from this.
MashaAllah.